Hi everyone, we're here today with Leo de Araujo, the CTO of Beyond Technologies, to share our own experience with the implementation of SAP S/4HANA Cloud ERP system within our own organization. Before we deep dive into our story, let me shortly introduce you who's Beyond Technologies. We are a fast-growing professional services company with an international presence across Canada, the US, France and South Africa. We went from 118 employees last year to over 200 employees right now. We've been working with SAP for the past 13 years as an SAP Gold partner. And today, we're considered one of the early adopters of the SAP Cloud solutions and latest technologies.
So for us, decision to go with S/4HANA Cloud, the main one was to support our growth. Our company has been growing at a very, very fast pace. We were 118 a little over a year ago, and now we're 200 already, with expansions geographically in France, South Africa, and US. So we needed a system that would support this growth and would support the functionality increase that comes with the growth. Now, at the same time, a lot of customers have been asking, what is S/4HANA Cloud and so on. And so we thought, what would be the best way to learn it, apart from trying to read about it or trying to implement to customers, than actually become a customer and implement ourselves. An SAP customer, it's more than just a partner. We really believe in it to a point where we're putting our mission-critical systems running the product we sell. And the last part, but it's a very important one, is that cloud is part of our DNA. Beyond Technologies is a company built using cloud solutions from the very early stages. We never thought we would have the bandwidth or would justify in any way to start administrating, controlling hardware or doing backups. We will never be where we are today if we were not supported by a cloud solution. So we were really one of the first adopters of the solution, very early adopters, and with that we also we knew we would be embarking on a journey where some part of the product would be very mature while others probably would need some extra work. So we need to go a little bit careful with deployment. What did we do then? We decided to go with a pilot approach, thinking for the complete rollout with the complete scope, not in little silos or little pieces of functionality, the complete scope, but decided to go with a business unit first, and we chose France. So we went only with France, but the complete operations from expense, time, project management, billing, and integration with Concur and SuccessFactors. And so we started a project very early 2017. We went live in July, and we've been running France complete since then. So how do we go about starting a project and putting the team together? We brought dedicated consultants to the project. We invested in training. We invested in the project pilot and discovery of the system. And most important, we got the buy-in and the involvement from the lines of business. We talk a lot about SAP Activate methodology. We run that for every single project. It was, of course, a no-brainer that even if it's internal, we would not do that differently. So we ran the project in Activate methodology, and that was very helpful for making it fast. And the last point I want to highlight, though, is that we had a lot of support from SAP from an implementation perspective, but also from being part of the Lighthouse program from the early stages of involvement with the product. We were able to work with the SAP development team in Germany and try to work out ways of addressing requirements early on that now are integrated part of the solution. One important one, and we have to highlight it here, and it applies to pretty much all projects, is don't overlook the effort around master data. Master data changes quite a bit between systems. You have to always say it's garbage in, garbage out. If you don't start well with master data, you're going to have problems. And particularly about S4, but again, I don't believe it's different in any other system. You need to understand the individual pieces of data and where they go and what type of impact it does to the way application behave. That's a very important point. Now, another very important change is that now you're dealing with cloud product, and it's a different mindset. The functional team has been one that for the last 20 years or so have been building their careers and experience on projects, pretty much saying, yes, we can do it, no matter how. But now we are in cloud, and cloud, it's not the same mindset. It is largely take as is, because the system works already out of the box, and work around the justification of why you really need to change. So it changes from how implement something into why you would change it or why you would add something to it if the scope is good enough. Another very interesting point about implementing a cloud solution like S4HANA Cloud is that on-prem projects work where you choose ULIT and you select one version of a given product, you start the implementation on it, and you go live with that version. It's a snapshot in time. And often, actually, by the time you go live, depending how long it takes your implementation, you may already be one version behind. When you go cloud, you are always running the latest version, and every 3 months, SAP is deploying new functionality. So in the project, you have to have that stream of people that every 3 months is evaluating what is new coming, what new came that actually addressed something that was missing before, what type of positive impacts do I have to my current project, and if I have limitations, is there something in the roadmap coming, because the roadmap is available and we can see what's available in the next releases. Another point that is very important is change management. You are buying a software knowing the decision by which you took cloud in the first place as a customer is because you know you don't want to go to fully customized approach. So it is the approach of, I decided to go with something that works out of the box and put my real IT value monies elsewhere. Another point that actually is very important is integration. In our scope that is large, we have Concur for expenses, and we have Employee Central, SuccessFactors. So these three have to talk to each other. SAP delivers content for native integration between SuccessFactors and S4, but with Concur, SAP is also delivering, but we were one of the very first to implement it. So we had to work it out with SAP, working very closely with them, and actually now we're very proud of the scope that we put in. We're the first to put it in, and it's not a very simple scope, so we're quite happy with what accomplished. So one aspect of that is reporting. One source of the truth, the data residing and readily available with the BI tools on top of, it's something that still amazes us. The other change is process. Some transactions and processes are simplified, and that start reflecting the way project managers and accounting interacted, for example. So that is a very positive change that we saw. And the last but not least is UI. Now we're moving to a fully Fiori approach, and feedback has been quite positive within our organization. We planned for a piece of functionality that we needed. While the project was going on, more functionality came in. And for example, one of them was Copilot. Copilot is this digital assistant that SAP delivered. We never asked for it, but it came with it. And one day we figured out we can collaborate between teams, sending notations over business objects across our organization. So we quite increase our efficiency working department to department with something we didn't even had originally in the scope. So that shows again, you are now sitting on a piece of software that evolves on its own, and you always running the latest. For us here, we went with an approach that is super simple. We believe that successful projects are not IT projects, they are business projects. And when we mean business, we mean all the stakeholders. So we cannot just bring here top management, they're happy with the solution, we have reporting we need, and we're fine. We have to involve everybody. So we had representatives from all departments, AR, AP, accounting, project management, from the consultants themselves. So when everybody was brought in early to test, to validate the solution, we had their buy-in, we're going the right approach. Well, the next step is a clear one. We put France, we've been running on it, we stabilized, we're happy with it. We're just waiting for the final major go live that is rolling out everything else. So the scope was already complete, but just for France. Now we're putting Canada, US, South Africa in with all the intercompany. So the scope is slightly larger. Another project is running in parallel, is to put in C4C for CRM, opportunity and lead management. They will be also interfacing with S4 Cloud. Well, first of all, as we know, as S4HANA Cloud, best practice based, it's quite fast to add new company codes and bring it in a larger scope. But beyond that, we actually started the project thinking of implementing the whole company. So in terms of technical solution, the system has been ready for a while.